Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm danahbanana, and today I am doing a full face of my 2019 favorites. Yes, I know it's the middle of January and I'm super late to this, but better late than never. They're not all products that were new in 2019. A lot of them might be like 2018, maybe later than that. If they're older than 2019, I was consistently using them and in love with them in 2019, so I wanted to show all of my favorite products that I've loved throughout the year of 2019. If you would like to see my 2019 favorites and see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. So as usual, I did my eyebrows off camera, but I will tell you my favorite eyebrow products right now. I believe I've mentioned this in a video before, but I've been using the Joah Brow Down to Me. It's a brow pencil and a brow gel, but I just use the brow gel in it, and I use the shade Brunette. What I do is I put this brow gel on, and then I carve out my brows with whatever base I'm using, and then I go in with the brow pencil or brow pomade, but the brow pencil that I've been using lately is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Espresso. These two paired together, that's my favorite brow products. They work for me, easy to use, so that's my brows. And then for base, I feel like this video might get pretty repetitive just because a lot of the products I've been using all year, I've been using pretty consistently in my videos. So if you watch all of my videos, you're probably thinking, I know all of your favorites already, but I just kind of want to lump them all in one video together so you can hear about them some more. My base that I use is the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. I use a couple of other things. I like P. Louise base. Sometimes I'll use the E.L.F. Camo Concealer as a base, but this one is unstoppable. I actually have it on right now, but I got a darker shade yesterday. I got C8. That's too dark for a concealer for me, but it matches my natural skin tone pretty well, especially when I'm self-tan. I didn't like the contrast of the super light base and my skin. It just kind of threw me off a little bit. I used to reach for a super light base just to make shadows more pigmented, but now a lot of the eyeshadow palettes that I own and use are pigmented no matter what base you put them on. So now I've been reaching for something that's more close to my skin tone, but it's a great base. I love to use it to carve out my brows. I also love it as a base. It's matte, but it's not drying. Perfection. Love it. And I will keep repurchasing this strictly as a base. I don't use it as a concealer. So actually what I'm going to do different in this video that I never do is I'm going to do my base first. I will do just my primer, foundation, and powder. Then I'll do my eyes, then we'll finish the face. But I don't know. I just wanted to do my face first. So that's what we're gonna do. I think I have two favorite primers. This is the one I'll be using today, and this is probably my top pick, is the E.L.F. JellyPop Dew Primer. This is so nice. It's tacky. It gives you a tacky base, but it's very hydrating, and my makeup lasts really well on top of it. As you can see, I'm running out of this. I've still got a little bit left, but I will definitely be repurchasing this. I love this. I also like their JellyPop Juicy Gloss. That's not what I have on right now. I just have on my hard candy treatment. And then for more high-end, I have been loving the Dermablend Insta-Grip Jelly Primer. I want to say that these two are very similar. This one does give a slightly more tacky base, but I don't feel like there's a huge difference in, like, this one makes my makeup last longer or anything. I actually reach for this one more, but this one is a really good primer as well. But I'd say if you're wanting that tacky base that also is good for dry skin, I would say go for the E.L.F. Jelly Primer. Unless you want to spend some extra coins, this one's really good too. That's what it looks like. Ooh. Just, I don't know if you were curious. I forgot to moisturize again. I did moisturize earlier, so I'll be fine, but I wanted to moisturize for the sake of this video, but that's okay. You guys already know my favorite holy grail moisturizer. If you don't, it's the Palmer's Coconut Oil Coconut Water Facial Moisturizer. You need this. Not gonna say anything else. For foundation, I have a few. The one I'll be using today is the Kokie Skin Perfect HD foundation. I've been using this for a while. This isn't new or anything, but beautiful, beautiful foundation. I am obsessed with this. I took this to Romania with me. That is all I wore the whole time. Never failed me. I wear it year round here. I have it in multiple shades. Love, love, love it. This is one of the best drugstore foundations in my opinion. Another drugstore one I really, really like that I didn't like it that much when I first tried it. I don't know, maybe something was going on with my skin whenever I first tried it, but the Revlon Candid foundation, this one is really nice. It's, I would say, medium coverage, but it just makes my skin look really nice and dewy and fresh. Really good foundation. I haven't talked about this a lot in videos, but I find myself grabbing for it when I'm in this shade. I use the light honey shade. I really need to get a darker shade of this so I can wear it when I'm self-tan, but love this foundation. I actually have another drugstore one, the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define foundation. This one photographs really well. I feel like, I don't know, I mean, all of the ones I'm mentioning photograph really well. I don't know, I've taken a lot of pictures in this and I feel very confident about my skin when I use this. And they do have the Conceal and Hydrate formula, but honestly, I don't feel like it's much more hydrating than this one. This one works fine on my dry skin, and I actually prefer this over the Conceal and Hydrate one. I have one high-end one that I've been using regularly, the Too Faced Do You. I used this in my last video and it's just a very, very hydrating, dewy foundation. It does have a strong scent. If you're not big on that, you might not like this, but I love it. I love the smell. It's a watermelon cucumber smell. Yeah. And works really well on my skin, makes my skin look so hydrated and fresh and clean, and oh, just so nice. Very, very, very nice foundation. But like I said, I'm going to go in with the Kokie Skin Perfect HD foundation, and I will be using my favorite sponge. This is my E.L.F sponge. I have it linked down below because they have a few, but this is my favorite one from them. I am using the shade 60W in this one. I just love the way this foundation makes my skin look. So I don't wear concealer anymore, but for the sake of this video, I will wear some, and I'll use the concealer that I've actually used on and off for a couple of years now. It's probably, if I could only use one concealer for the rest of my life, this is the one I would choose, just because it's not super heavy. I don't have any issues under my eyes. I might have slight creasing, but honestly, it's nothing insane, and I don't have dark circles. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but I just feel that concealer normally does absolutely nothing for under my eyes. It just adds extra coverage that I don't even need, and just in the end, I don't feel like it adds anything for me. But when I do wear this, I like it a lot. It's the MAC Mineralize concealer. Trying to find the front of this. This one is in the shade NC20. It's pretty lightweight, but it's very moisturizing, and I don't feel like it looks heavy at all. Now, since I bought this, I started wearing less yellow concealer and more like neutral, maybe pink undertone, but this isn't too bad. I still, all these years of trying new makeup and everything, I still really, really enjoy MAC skin products. I like their powders, their foundations, obviously their concealers. This one is my favorite of their concealer, but I also like their Pro Longwear concealer. That one's really good too, but it is very full coverage. So for powder, I have two favorites. One is goes along with the Do You foundation. This is the powder. This is the Translucent Radiant Nude. I used this in my last video too. It's just a hydrating loose powder, and I like it for all over my face, but today I'm just going to use it under my eyes, and it has a bit of a shimmer to it, but once it's on the skin you can't see that anymore. For all over the face, my favorite is the Maybelline Superstay powder. You guys know I'm a huge fan of their whole Superstay line. This is my, I believe, second time purchasing this. Oh, it's pretty light. I'll just use it very lightly. I need my tan shade in this, but this is in the shade Natural Beige. It's just a good all-over powder, adds coverage if you want it to. You can even, when I went to Boston, I did not bring a powder brush, and I didn't want to pick one up because I was just like, I just didn't feel like it. And it has this thing in here, like the old style little sponge thing, and I actually used that and it worked pretty well. It added a whole lot more coverage though. So if you do want more coverage, you can use something like that. If you want more light coverage but a nice set to where your makeup isn't going to go anywhere, the brush works just fine. I'm not going to do anything else on the face until I finish my eyeshadow. Like I mentioned, I already put on my Conceal and Hydrate concealer, but I'm going to just add a little more. Okay, so when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, there are quite a few that I've loved in 2019. A lot, but I'm only going to mention two just because if I start breaking out all of my favorites, this video will be 3 hours long. So I'm just going to talk about my top two that kind of blew me away this year. Obviously, I'm going to mention the BPerfect Carnival XL Pro Stacey Marie palette. The original Carnival palette was a favorite of mine, but was that in 2018 or was it 2019? But this is the most recent one that I've received, and there's not much I can say about these without being repetitive. These palettes, the formula of these shadows is unmatched. They are unmatched, I swear to. I swear on my life. Nothing compares to these shadows, in my opinion. Out of all the shadows I've tried, everything, these are just, for the payoff, the pigmentation, just everything about these, amazing. I also love the original palette. I still use the original palette. This one's bigger, has more options, but they're both just heaven sent. I am obsessed with this palette. You guys know that. It is on the pricey side, but I believe it's worth every penny that you pay for it. They also last a good while, because I mean, you have so many options. You can do neutral looks with this, you can do colorful looks. Options are endless with this, and you've got highlighters in it. I think it's a fair price for what you get in here. I think I'm going to try to play with both of these palettes. The second one is the Cokie Black Pro Collection palette. They came out with a few palettes this year. This one is my favorite. I created a 4 looks 1 palette with it. I also created a 5 looks 1 palette with this one. I will link both of those videos down below if you'd like to check them out. So this one, honestly, whenever I received it, I was super excited because you guys know I'm a huge Cokie fan, but I wasn't sure. It just seems pretty neutral for me. But this year I have been into more neutral colors. I do create colorful looks still, but whenever it comes to everyday wear or if I'm traveling traveling or something, I reach for more neutral colors. And I actually, whenever I went to Boston, I was packing my makeup and I was thinking to myself, I was trying to decide which palette I wanted to bring, and I packed this one and I was going to pack another one, but I completely forgot. So this is the only one that came with me to Boston, and it was everything that I needed. I created a few looks with this for certain events that we did or certain things we went to. I did my New Year's look with this. I did a lot with this palette and it worked out. I had already fallen in love with it whenever I did my 4 Looks 1 palette, but then when I traveled with this, and it gave me everything I needed, and that's kind of how you can really tell if a product is life-saving. It sounds so dramatic, but if you travel with it and you're still in love with it and it does everything that you need it to do, it's bomb. Like, obviously it's a good palette, and that is what this did for me. I am obsessed with this. The quality is so good. The shimmers are beautiful. The mattes are creamy and blend like so amazing.
Love, 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 love.
I am going to speed up the look, but I will show you what I'm doing. I really should stray away from this white shade, but there's a look I have in mind. I want to do a full cut crease, and on top of this white shade, I also want to use a Kokie liquid eyeshadow because this deserves to be in my favorites video. These are my favorite liquid eyeshadows. They're amazing. I've raved about these before, and I really want to use this white one. It's the shade Cosmos. I don't know what's up with me. I've been loving white lid. Just, I live for it. I really do. Sorry for the rant.
Drink a little water, feel a little better. You do what you gotta, babe. Breathe a little air. Bring life into your muscles, instinct for a living man. Oh, but there is one thing you're all forgetting. That endless morning will turn to night. And when you're dreaming, you will be seeing a little demon dancing around. Baby, there is only one way, and that's the slow decay. Get a little earthy with me, I'll pull you down like rings. I'm tired, I can tell from your shape. Feeling sleepy, yeah, you can beat the slow decay. Don't know what I'm saying. Life, it is confusing. Longer if you're choosing right. Read between the lines. It doesn't really matter. All that we possess is time. You know it's funny how you get.
So I closed my blinds because it's getting dark outside and these lights in here are so bright and you can see right through, so privacy, you know. I used the darkest brown shade that I used on top. I put that on my lower lash line. I put on my lashes. My favorite lashes are the Kiss Lash Couture in Tulle. Honestly, anything from the Kiss Lash Couture line. I like the Gala lashes, the Muse lashes, yeah, corset lashes. Those are my favorites, but this is my top favorite. I wear these all the time. I always have to have a fresh pair on hand no matter what. That's what's on my eye. That's my fresh pair over there. And I've just put the Pillow Talk from the Carnival palette on my inner corner. And then for my waterline, I use this in almost every single video. It's the Kokie Velvet Smooth Eyeliner in Chocolate. It's my favorite waterline color, but also I love the formula of their Velvet Smooth Eyeliner. It just lasts well on my waterline. They're super inexpensive and I love them, and they have a lot of color options. For Mascara, my two favorites are, my camera's about to die, so I'm gonna try to finish the mascara part really quick, and then we'll move on after I charge my camera a little bit. We'll move on. The Monsieur Big by Lancome Waterproof. This is my favorite waterproof mascara. And for regular and a drugstore option, the Kokie Volume and Length Mascara. And that's what I'm wearing today. I feel like it makes my lashes really fluffy, and it's super black. So yeah, now I'm gonna charge my camera really quick, and then we'll finish the face. Got a little charge in there. For bronzer, this is one I've purchased a couple of times now, and I'm still continuously loving it. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Bronzer, and this is in the shade Tawny. Another one of my favorites this year for bronzer was one of the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzers in the shade Ready to Go, but they don't sell it anymore, so I still use it because I want to use it up, but I try not to get too attached to it, but I already am. But this is a good other option, even though that one was way cheaper. That's, I think that's what I'm gonna review next. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try a new drugstore bronzer soon, because I have a few I like, but none that I really want to call a favorite for the year. Okay, now my new favorite part of my makeup routine is blush. You guys know I've been going overboard on the blush, and it's making me so happy. I have two favorites. They're both affordable. This one is the Milani Dolce Pink Baked Blush. Love this. Lasts forever on my skin. Is a beautiful shade. Has a bit of a sheen to it. It's just a really, really nice blush. The other one I've recently picked up again because I only used it in I believe a first impressions video or something like that, and now I'm obsessed with it. AOA Studio by Shop Miss A. Their Perfect Blush. This is in the shade Looker. I think I'm gonna use that one.
Away from slumber, although you can't. And when you're dreaming, you will be seeing a little demon dancing.
Ah, my camera's about to die again. I didn't charge it enough. Okay guys, charged it for a good 30 minutes, 45 minutes maybe. Highlighter. The Revolution Soph X highlighter palette. I'm going to be using the pink one. That's my favorite shade. I am a fan of Soph on YouTube. I watch her religiously, but I'm not like overhyping this. I swear to you, this is the best one of the best highlighters I've ever used, and for the price and the amount of product that you get, I've had this a while and I still have so much product left. I wish everybody would try this. I really do. It's some of the best highlighters. I was watching ShanXO's favorites today, and she had this palette in her favorites. Anybody that's ever tried this, I've never heard any bad things about it. It's such a good highlighter palette. The formula of the highlighters is just, it's pretty blinding, and it's just everything I've ever wanted in a highlighter palette. That was kind of creepy. For setting spray, my two favorites are out, so I'm not putting those on, but the Revolution Sport Fix, and my number one favorite is the Kokie Set and Forget. This is what I use regularly, but I'm out of that, and so today I was in Walmart and I just decided to pick up a setting spray because I'm never low on setting sprays, and right now I am, and I was kind of freaking out, so I was like, I need to get one right now. So I picked up this one, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set Makeup Extender. I've used another one. I thought it was the same one. It just had a red label on it. I'm not sure if this is the same, but that's just what I'm going to use today. I like the way it sprays. Oh, on my lips, I would say for a favorite lip product, my all-time favorite, highly recommended lip product is the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. Those are my all-time favorites. If I could only have one lip product for the rest of my life, it would be that one. But I don't want color on my lips today. I've been living for a clear gloss lately, and I actually just received this in a Pixie PR package. It's the Lip Lift Max in Petal Ice. Looks like that. It's just like a clear, it kind of looks like it has a slight pink tint to it, but it goes on clear, and it kind of tingles a tiny bit, but I don't think it's like super plumping or anything. So I love the way it feels on my lips too. It has a slight mint smell to it. It's nice. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if we have any of the same favorites, or let me know some of your favorites, what you've really been loving in this past year, even though I'm super late to this video. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications bell. I will see you in my next video. Bye!